Hey guys, this is Nick from ForexNoobs.com with a live trade video. Today is Tuesday, the 16th of April 2019. Time is 13:38 here in the UK, and you're looking at a EURUSD daily chart. In today's analysis, towards the end of the analysis, this trade triggered. So I spotted this trade during the analysis, and then towards the end, this trade triggered, and it started moving down really, really quickly. So price was around about here, and then it started shooting down super, super quick. I saw this shooting down, and I decided to abruptly end the analysis so I could enter this trade. Now, I was a bit overexcited with this one because people were watching me. It was a live analysis session. There were people in the room watching this live stream, and I just had a little bit of pressure to kind of get into this trade, and I let that get the better of me, to be honest. Now, I'm not kicking myself over this. I made a small mistake and I'm fine with that. But the point of this video is that I'm just worried that people are going to watch that analysis session and emulate what I did in future trades. And what I did was not smart. It was not how a professional trader should trade. I've been trading for 17 years and I still make mistakes from time to time, especially when I feel a bit rushed because of, I'm shooting a video or whatever. So, yeah, I made a bit of a mistake with this one. The mistake was my entry. I could have got a much, much better entry. So I want to go over the mistake and just explain what I could have done better. When it started shooting down, I abruptly ended the analysis saying, guys, I got to end this analysis so I can get into this trade. And from there on out, I felt like a kind of rush of pressure to get into the trade. And I jumped into the trade when it started pulling back a little bit. It pulled back to here, and I jumped into the trade. I don't think it had dropped all the way down at that point. I think it had probably only dropped down to here, and then it had a slight pullback, and I got into the trade. Now, the thing is, when price does this, when it drops down super, super quick, just out of nowhere, not related to news, not related to anything, just out of nowhere, just drops down super quick. What usually, or even if it shoots up in terms if you're looking at a bullish reversal, but in this case it's a bearish reversal, so in this case it shot down. When price shoots down super quick like that, it almost always retraces and pulls back up. Now in that retrace, you can get a much, much, much better entry. Instead of waiting for that retrace, which I knew had a very, very good chance of happening, I jumped into that trade because I was overexcited, I was eager to get in, and I felt a bit rushed. I jumped into that trade. And what has that resulted in? Right now I'm in a trade with a 1.5 risk to reward ratio. Stop loss is here, which is pretty tight stop loss, and my target is down here at around about the 1.1243. The entry was around about the 1.1294, and the stop loss is roughly 1.1328. So had I been a bit more patient, had I sat on my hands and waited for that pullback, which, like I said, I knew there was a very good chance of it happening. Let me show you what I could have been in. I could have got in around about here. I could have had a wider stop loss, a safer stop loss, maintain that same target, and in this case, I would have a 2.17 risk to reward ratio. That is a much, much better risk to reward ratio, 2.17 versus 1.5. That's more than 25% extra that I could have made on this trade. It would have been a pretty big difference, and I would have had a safer stop loss. So my rush to get into this trade, because I had a little bit of pressure on me, it was obviously the wrong decision. Now, like I said, I'm not kicking myself over this. I'm completely fine with making mistakes sometimes. The reason I'm talking about this is just because I'm afraid that some of you guys might have seen my reaction to that move and thought that maybe that's the right way to do things, and it's not the right way to do things. It just really isn't. As traders, we need to, most times, especially when things are moving quite fast, we need to just step back and think about what we're doing and not rush. Because when you rush, you end up getting in, most times, getting in at the wrong spot, you end up making mistakes. And I made a small mistake here. I'm fine with it, but I do know that I could have done better. And now you guys know that I could have done better. Anyway, I'm going to update as this trade progresses and let you guys know how it goes. All right, guys, quick update on this trade. As you can see, it's dropped down and it has hit my target. This one dropped down really, really quickly. I didn't do an update yesterday because I was away most of the day and not much really happened. It did push up to here, which was kind of close to my stop loss, but then it just pushed back down, sat on top of my entry, and just moved sideways on my entry for the rest of the day. And then this morning it pushed up a little bit and then shot down, boom, and hit my exit. This big move down was caused by the flash manufacturing and flash services PMIs out of Germany. These ones here. As soon as they came out, things just shot down. Also could have been the French ones actually. Let me double check. I wasn't watching at the time, so I don't know exactly which one caused it. No, it was at 8:30, so it seems like it would have been the German ones. So that came out and bam, shot down and hit my exit. I got so lucky with that. It just hit my exit and then stopped there. But regardless, I think it is probably going to continue to move down from here. So that wraps up this trade. But you know what I said at the start of this video, had I been a bit more patient, I would have had a better entry and I would have made more profit overall on this trade. So do keep that in mind. I got a little bit excited and I rushed into a trade. It's also called FOMO, fear of missing out. I don't normally have that, but hey, this time I did. And even though it was a profitable trade in the end, it did cost me quite a bit. I could have made quite a bit more on this trade had I done things properly. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, ask below, and I'll see you in the next one.